When I first dived into watches as hobby, I learned pretty quickly that there are two kinds of watches: affordable and luxury. Although it once boggled my mind how could one spend thousands when it comes to watches, I understood when I saw this watch, the JLC Reverso. Like, I finally understood why someone would actually pay thousands of dollars when it comes to watches. But I still cannot justify to myself and even to my husband about spending that kind of money when it comes to watches. Like, I just can't. So what should we, the budget-constrained watch enthusiasts, do? Well, we look for alternatives. Something to quench our thirst for the real thing. And this alternative is pretty cool. This is the Versa by Vario, a Singapore microbrand. It's true that I got this watch complimentary for exchange for a review, and yes, I get to keep it afterwards. However, I already clarified to them that I'll be honest in my review, and Ivan, who is the founder, in fact, he encourages honest reviews. So without further ado, here we go. I really like this watch. I mean, I genuinely do. And I think this stops my thirst for a Reverso. Well, at least for a while. You see, it doesn't rotate like how Reverso does, and obviously doesn't have the brand heritage and history tied to it. However, this is my first time seeing a $400 watch that, heck, rotates. This watch comes with a pouch, an extra strap, and a green batik pouch, making it far more practical than a typical watch box. I often find myself using this pouch during my travels. Upon my first impressions, wow, the size is just right for me. The case length measures 39mm and the width is 26mm. With this sizing, even on my 150mm wrist, it fits quite well. Except for the thickness. Holding it now on my hand, it's rather thick. The thickness is 12mm, and the protruding case isn't helping much. In fact, it makes things even thicker. Oddly enough, when worn, it doesn't feel weird. The thickness no longer bothers me. Throughout my wearing experience, I've grown to appreciate the quirks and the originality of the case design. Rather than being a mere copy of Cartier's or JLC's, it at least stands out because it just looks different. Now let's talk about the most standout feature of the watch. How does it even work? It houses two extremely slim quartz movements within the module, the Ronda SlimTech 1062. The caliber has a battery life of 6 years, and apparently it's remarkably thin. It's a movement without running seconds. The inner case is secured by a central screw and 4 pins, ensuring a secure and lockable attachment between the inner and the outer watch case. The advantage of having two separate movements in one is obviously the capability for a dual time zone. That is, if you want to. Otherwise, like me, I usually keep both the same and just switch whenever I feel like it. However, I find myself seldom swapping to this green one because honestly, it looks pretty plain and boring to me. Maybe a feedback to Vario is to make this side of the dial more interesting. Perhaps textured dial would be great. I prefer the two-tone sectored dial. It's classier and at the very least, way more interesting than the plain green one. Is it just me? It reminds me of the Cartier Tank's plainest looking dial ever, which isn't my cup of tea. This watch, it flips vertically, but unlike the Cartier Tank and JLC Reverso, this watch doesn't have a fixed back. Meaning, whenever you flip it, you need to give it a gentle wipe because it will be smudged with your sweat. I didn't expect to speak highly of the strap for this review, but it turns out I really like it. Well, it shouldn't be a surprise. considering Ivan and his wife Judy started Vario by making straps. This green strap not only looks good, but is comfortable from the get-go. You know, having small wrists, sometimes it takes some time to break into the leather strap, and sometimes it isn't the most comfortable phase to be at, but not with this one. Both the strap and the deployant clasp fit nicely and comfortably on my wrist. So should you consider this Microbrand? I have to be honest, I wasn't into Microbrands because I just prefer watches with heritage. But this brand kind of changed my perspective, especially in terms of human connection. Mainstream brands often lack that personal touch, except for JLC, not to be biased. You see, I once entered a JLC boutique and the customer service was top notch, and I didn't even buy anything from JLC yet. While most salesperson in mainstream watch brands are busy trying to close your sales, I had a legit tour of their other products. It was simply unforgettable. I enjoyed the experience so much. I'm not trying to compare JLC's customer service with Vario's. The cost is just way too significant, and I think it's unfair for me to compare in terms of that. But this made me understood one thing. People value human connection. And I guess to a certain extent, microbrands offer that. Unlike Seiko or Tissot, most microbrands allow you to connect with the founders, for example, to actually talk to them and understand how the company was built up. And through that, I think people value that more sometimes than the mainstream brand. People just want to be connected to smaller brand. Plus, the limited quantities make microbrands like Vario a unique piece on your wrist. So what about this watch? Is it considered to be in good value? Is it a good alternative to your dream Cartier Tank or your grail JLC Reverso? In my opinion, yes. Speaking as someone whose grail watch is JLC Reverso, it still is, okay? I genuinely think that this watch may suit your budget more and it can really serve as an alternative. This model is available in various other colors, and Vario also offers additional watches. So if you're interested, check out the link below in the description. I'm excited to see more cool watches from Vario, and I wish them all success. That's all from me today, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which most likely to be my state of the collection video. Like this video, comment about what do you think about this watch, okay? So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!